flawless victory.
Spider-Man Miles Morales is an absolutely incredible game. If the previous game was the best Spider-Man game ever made, this takes it to the next level. Even running on a PS4, stringing around feels even better than before. They completely nailed the animations in this one. And even though the general gameplay is very similar, they've changed the combat quite a bit. This time around, you don't have a huge amount of gadgets to throw around, and instead everything revolves around using your Venom power, which is the orange electricity-like thing that you can punch people with and use for devastating AoE attacks. The way that they've implemented these new powers into combat is fantastic, so I thought I'd make a quick little video on what I'm finding to be the best suit upgrades that you can use to completely wreck your enemies with a non-stop barrage of Venom attacks. There's not a huge amount of variety to pick from to customize your setup, and you will eventually unlock every skill, but I will point out which ones are the best ones to go for early on. So let's get started. The most important part here are the suit upgrades or mods. You get 4 slots, which you will unlock as you play. In order to get a mod, you first need to unlock whatever suit has that mod, and then research the mod itself in the mod selection screen. So it's a little strange and different from the original game. There's 2 types of mods: visor mods, which are just kind of all over the place, and suit mods, which are mostly combat focused. First, let's go over the suit mods or combat mods, because these will make a huge difference in your playstyle. The 2 ones I recommend that you use are Induction Mesh, which generates health whenever you hit enemies stunned with Venom, so any enemies with the orange flashy effect, and Venom Momentum, which applies a Venom stun every 6 hits. These 2 combined will basically turn you into a god. Pairing Venom Momentum with your skills like Venom Smash and Venom Jump means that you are constantly stunning enemies around you, which will in turn heal you thanks to the Induction Mesh. The importance of this healing cannot be understated because it will keep you topped off, and it provides you a way of healing that doesn't spend your Venom bar to do so. One of the problems of using the bar to heal is that it leaves you with less offensive options, which allow you to disable large groups of enemies at once and therefore take less damage in the first place. So you want to use your Venom to attack, not to heal. So what you get when you combine these 2 is a constant stream of healing that you don't even have to think about, and a way to stun enemies without using resources, which rewards a very aggressive style of gameplay. The other 2 mods that I'm using are Eye for Supplies and Residual Venom, which complement the suit mods really well. Eye for Supplies will keep your gadgets topped off most of the time, and even though there aren't many gadgets this time around, some of them, like Gravity Well, can be extremely useful. Residual Venom will spawn these orbs of Venom energy after using a Venom attack, which kind of makes it so the more Venom powers you use, the faster you get to build Venom back up. In terms of skills, the ones you should focus on are any and all that are related to your Venom powers, especially ones like In for a Shock that has you dealing 50% more damage to stunned enemies, Venom Rocket, which adds Venom power to all your off-the-wall attacks, and so on. As I mentioned earlier, you will eventually unlock all of these as you level up, but you do get some moments when you'll have several skills available to unlock, but not enough points for all of them. Okay, now let's take a look at the actual combat. I like opening up by grouping up enemies with the Gravity Well and following up with a Venom Smash or Venom Jump. While Venom Jump doesn't deal as much damage or cover as wide of an area, it does disarm enemies, so it really should become your starter move for dealing with the more dangerous enemies, so anyone with a sword, rocket launcher, big hands, shields, and so on. Just press L1 and X next to them and you immediately get rid of their weapon, opening them up for regular attacks. Just make sure you drop a Gravity Well first to group up as many enemies as you can before using these AoE attacks. This game kinda suffers from the same problem that the first game had, which is that some enemies will deal an insane amount of damage in very short bursts. So you can go from full health to dead in 1 or 2 attacks without you being able to do too much about it. The best way to avoid this is to just go invisible whenever you find yourself facing way too many enemies. Get some distance, maybe pick a couple of enemies off, and then engage again. It's not a hard game, but some enemies are very specific in terms of how you engage them, and if you attack them the wrong way, they will retaliate and mop the floor with you. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. Obviously, this setup won't be as effective when you're just starting out and don't have all the skills or meter bars unlocked, but hopefully you find it useful. It's not too hard to realize how good these mods are paired together, and there's really not that much customization in terms of gameplay here. But if you do find other combinations that you like using, then please leave a comment below to share them with other viewers. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one.